Hello everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. We're doing a blind tasting 4 ways. The best barrel strength rye. Stay tuned to find out what it is. Alright, so, in all fairness, these are all bottles I found, except, I got a sample from our pal Eugene Hayes of the Barrel Seagrass that he sent to me. So I didn't find that bottle, didn't see it, but it won Rye of the Year for quite a lot of whiskey tubers. So because I had the sample, I felt compelled to put it in here. So we have here the very rare Knob Creek Cask Strength Rye Limited Edition from 2018. That's right, we found a Dusty sitting on the shelves, and literally it had dust on the top when I found it. I believe this was about $70. Not sure what it was in 2018, but that's what it was in 2021. Or actually, geez, 2022. Oh my gosh, I can't even get my date straight. So, believe it or not, although this was a 2018 limited release, it was barreled in 2009. Which means compute, a 9-year-old cask strength rye. What? And this didn't cost us $200-300 either. This cost us $70 for a 9-year-old cask strength rye. Let that sink in. If that isn't the best value in rye whiskey today, I don't know what is. Proof, 119.6. She's bringing the heat. She's bringing the heat. Warehouse A. No one cares. Warehouse A. I believe they did 2 releases of this, 2018 and 2020. I have not seen or had 2020. This is the 2018. So, can't comment on if it was better or not. But there we go. That's contender number 1. Contender number 2 in the beautiful Angel's Envy bottle. Look at those angel wings flapping towards my palate on the back, right? Now let's just, rye whiskey, no shit, finished in Caribbean rum casks. 50% alcohol by volume, so 100 proof. So this is Angel's Envy finished rye. In PA, $94.99 a bottle. $95. Is there an age statement? Oh, shit, I don't see an age statement. I do not see an age statement for nearly $100. Let's see here. Batch number BX, so they must have forgot the second number of that. Bottle 4130. Well, no one really cares about that either. Let's read here from this fun fact-filled label. You're holding one bottle from a very limited release. This rare blend starts with a 95% rye mash bill, and is then finished in vintage casks. Not new, but vintage casks, which takes the already complex spiciness of the rye and balances it with the sweet flavors of bourbon, cognac, and rum. Enjoy it. It might be the only chance you'll get. Well, I hate to tell you, but I've seen this available on the shelf for over a year, so I'm not sure how limited these are, but readily available in PA, I think. Anyway, not sure about your state. 95% rye. So there you go, contender number 2. Contender number 3 is none other than Old Forester Single Barrel Strength Rye. Now, if you watch my other videos, and you should have, this placed 4th in my Whiskey of the Year for 2021 video. Now, that's not to say it's going to win tonight, because, in all fairness, these other ones I got actually after that video was filmed. So, in all fairness, had not had the other ones prior to So I've had this one prior to this video. These other ones I have not. So, although this plays fourth, those were not in contention because I did not have them at the filming of that video. So just keep that in mind. This one here is from Warehouse 6, Floor 3. Again, no one cares. Proof, though, 128.3. She's just smoking hot on this one here. I believe I said it in the Whiskey of the Year video for 2021, or Bourbon of the Year. What am I saying? Whiskey. Old Forester does heat cycle their warehouse, but these have been rated very highly so far. That's contender number 3. Let's grab contender number 4. Contender number 4, the old Barrel Seagrass. Now again, I already gave him a shout out earlier, but O'Sheen Hayes helped me out again here with the old Barrel Seagrass sample. So I know this was cheating a little bit because I didn't buy this bottle. I haven't seen it. But it won Whiskey of the Year. Well, it was in everyone's Whiskey of the Year, right? So I felt like I had to include it. But he did provide us quite a few facts on this small label. Rye whiskey finished in Martinique rum, Madeira, and apricot brandy barrels. 119.3 proof. So, again, she's bringing the heat. Bottle number 8,404, and we got a little bit of Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, and Canada. It's a little un-American. We got some Canada in here. Alright, so those are the 4 contenders tonight. It might be hard, but sitting next to me here on this lovely table are the blind poured samples by my lovely wife. So we'll give you a little nosing and tasting of each, and I'm going to rank them. So we're going to start off with Glacé. Fairly dark. I mean, look at the size of these letters. I mean, that's easily readable. She did a good job. Alright, let's give this a nosing. I smell adhesive. Black Sharpie. Oh, wait. That's the label. The tape's so large, I'm smelling like blue painter's tape adhesive. That'll probably be a similar note on all 4 of these, is going to be my guess. But let's see if I can dive a little deeper. Wow. This smells fantastic. It's got... There's like a nice sugar sweetness on it. I do get the rye spice right on the nose. Right on the nose. So it's kind of like rye and confectioner sugar. A lot of caramel coming off of this, like a Twix though, like a chocolate caramel. I'm getting the nose, yeah, like a chocolate caramel covered Twix bar is what I'm getting on the nose. Let's give it a sip. Wow, that's fighting for first place. That is a contender for first place tonight. Boy, that was good. I got a lot of the caramel, the rye spice. Came in right from the start and just carried on really nice through. Delicious pour of that. I got kind of like a jammy berry jelly on that. Let's take one more sip. Just such a well put together pour. Wow. Whew. You get the sugar and a little bit of oak up front. Caramel, and then just like bam, the rye spice just settles right on top, but it just blends perfectly. I've said it before, if you watch any of my previous videos, and maybe you haven't, but not the biggest rye fan, but this is damn delicious, and I would buy this any day of the week. I mean, we're only on A so far, but I would definitely listen to a rye that I'd buy again. Alright, Glass B. Alright, another fine labeling. I don't know if you can see that one. It's not quite as dark. Not quite as dark. Let's give it a nosing. Wow, a little more oak and kind of like a floral scent on this, and not in a bad way. Typically, I'm not a big fan of floral whiskeys, but there's a little bit of a floral nose on this. I also get like the syrup off like one of those Del Monte canned fruit cocktails. Not the actual fruit. I get like that sugar syrup that it's in. I get that scent on here. Maybe some faint like peaches. Let's take a sip. Wow. Also, Very good. Ooh, the finish just keeps going. That is a lighter experience than A. So I think it's still fairly high proof. Definitely a lighter experience than A. It feels more viscous though. Like, it's lighter in terms of the flavor profile, but it's definitely more oily. It has a more oily feel to it. I get kind of those floral notes, and just kind of like a nice rye spice and floral kind of mixed together with a little bit of honey. Maybe even on that comes through. Let's take another sip. It's kind of just like a sweetness mixed with oak and mixed with like a slight floral. It's a very calming experience. The first one was like a rock concert. This one's a much more like relaxing at home with a nice glass of bourbon in front of the fire. Right? This is I enjoy it quite a bit. I think A is still in first place for me, but we'll go back and forth on these. Let's grab C. All right. Another fine job with C. Much lighter in terms of color than the first two. Let's give it a nosing. My gosh, where have I smelled this before? It smells like a fruit cocktail. Not way more fruity than the first two. Wow. It kind of smells like canned pears. Like just the sugary candied pears. It smells really good. Let's give it a sip. Oh. Whew. That's also an oily, delicious experience. I get at first kind of like a rye spice note comes in first, followed by like just several like indistinguishable canned fruits. Nothing's really popping out. Just like a lot of fruits, pear maybe. I'm getting on that, and then just very oily and just kind of pretty good finish. I mean, I don't think it was as long as A or B, but a pretty good finish. Let's give it one more sip. Wow, that second sip, it's a fruit bomb. There's like tons of fruity flavors up front. That rye spice hits, then just a nice finish with a little bit extra fruit. It's like fruit, rye, fruit. Delicious. Alright, let's get D. Alright, glass D. Maybe the lightest yet in color? Unknown, really. Let's give this a nosing as well. My God, it smells like maple syrup and pancakes and like mama scrubbing the floor with pine sol. This is the most unique nose out of the bunch. This is literally fresh cut pine tree and Aunt Jemima syrup just smothered on top. It's like your toddler ran and just spilled the maple syrup bottle onto the Christmas tree. What a unique scent. I like it, but the pine is a little overpowering for me on the nostril. It's kind of like, bam, a little bit of pine to the face. Let's give it a sip. Oh. Oh, wait. It tastes exactly how it smells. But it's like chewing on a pine tree, and then to get rid of that scent, I poured a bunch of pancake syrup right in my mouth. I don't think it's as high proof as the other ones. I think that's lower proof. The finish, though, is delicious. The finish is solid sweetness, and it literally tastes like maple syrup. I get no other flavors between maple syrup and pine needles on this. Let me take a second sip. Now their drink a little hotter, but same flavors. Kind of the piney, pine tree, pine sap, and then just, man, delicious buttered pancakes drizzled in maple syrup. And we're back with our results. So in last place for me, it's Glass D. Alright? I think because although I do love maple syrup and that part was delicious, a little turned off by like the piney notes that came through. I love smelling pine, but it was just a very overpowering pine scent. My guess for D was actually the Angel's Envy. So believe it or not, we actually went kind of right down the line. So third place was actually C. Third place was C for me. It just had that delicious like canned fruit cocktail scent, and I said like kind of canned pears, right? But I believe that this is actually Barrel Seagrass, and the reason is because they say it was finished in apricot brandy, and I think I was thinking pear, but I think it was actually the apricot brandy, and that's kind of like what it was bringing to the table. Delicious overall, but kind of one-noted to me. So that got third. In first place, between A and B, it went to A. It went to A. So A, when I went back through the second time, A kind of developed the banana note, which led me to believe it was the Old Forester single barrel strength. So I was really torn. A or B could be first or second to me on a different day. These two were very tough. B was delicious. Going back through, B got a lot more oak presence, like confectionery sugar notes coming through on it. The oak really picked up on B. I know when we first went through it had like a floral note to it. B was so well put together. It drank the lowest proof of the bunch. And I believe this is actually the Knob Creek. If you watch the show, you know I love Jack Daniels because you know what? It's got the highest banana flavor. I'm like a banana addict on this channel. And that's why I went with this one, because I got some banana on it going around the second time. So I believe this is Old Forester, and I believe this is Knob Creek. So let's get the answer key and see if I was right. And we're back with the old answer key. So how well did I do? A was Old Forester. That was our winner. Old Forester single barrel rye. Knew it. Second place was B, the Knob Creek. Third place, C, the Barrel. And last place, D, the Angel's Envy. So, is my palate good or what? Nailed it. Nailed it. If this was Advent Calendar, all the points would have been awarded today, right? But, there you go. If you find yourself a Knob Creek 2018 limited edition or an Old Forester single barrel strength rye, you snag them. You snag them. Tonight, this edged out the Knob Creek. But this Knob Creek is a hitter. If you can find yourself a 9-year rye for $70, you buy it. That is a steal. And I think the age helped this. A lot of oak influence on this going around the second time, and it drank under its proof. Big winner tonight, even though it didn't win overall. I think either one of these, absolute beasts. And what does that say? Let's talk price points for a second. $79.99, $70 I paid for this. So $70, $80 respectively. And what did it beat? More expensive stuff, I believe, behind it. I don't know how much the Barrel Seagrass was, but it's anywhere between like 75 and like 90 online. So arguably, potentially more expensive than anything that won tonight. Although this did get third. Very unique. If you guys like that, what I got is pear, but it probably was the apricot. If you like that flavor, this is for you. This is for you. I liked it. It was delicious. I would buy it as well. If I see a bottle of this on the shelf, I'm snagging it. Alright? In last place, unfortunately the most expensive of the bunch was last place. Angel's Envy. $94.99 in PA. I've heard you can get these for less though, like in the 80s, out of state. Never seen them out of state, but never looked either, right? I will say, I do not enjoy Angel's Envy bourbon. I very much dislike it. I think it's very overpriced, their traditional bourbon. So, in Angel's Envy fashion, this is a little overpriced. That's my opinion only. Take it for what you will. So if you like what you saw tonight, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great evening.